We're live.
What up? Let's get weird. It's your boy Tommy G coming off week 1 NFL, wrapping up week 1 NFL tonight on the Stay Cashin show. Good weekend this weekend, a lot of fun, a lot of money. And we have a gambling tip that we're going to give out on today's show that you have to listen to. Screen record it. Go back and watch it again. It's the most important thing I'm going to tell you all entire season. We're going to go over the NFL bets for tonight. We have Dana White Contender Series tomorrow, so we're going to bring Mike on at the end to touch on that. We're going to recap the whole weekend of NFL. We're going to touch on a little college football. We're going to cover it all, but mostly NFL today. So stay tuned. You can see on the side when we're hitting each topic. And let me get to the guys. Evan Hand, what up, motherfucker?
What's up, boys? I'm a little disappointed that the Jets are still the goddamn Jets, but it is what it is. We're not gonna have a good season.
I had to mute to fucking make sure the thing didn't come on. What did you expect from Joe Flacco?
I don't know why we're not playing Mike White though. That's why we're going with the non-elite Joe Flacco.
It's the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. They probably win that game if they have anyone with any mobility. And our fucking third-string quarterback, really fourth-string quarterback, had 3 comeback victories in the preseason and is a young kid who we want to see on the field. So the Jets are retarded. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Don't want to spend too much time on the Jets. But let's get to Bill Rupp, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God. Can you ever just say something coming out?
Hi, guys.
Why don't you just say, let's go?
Let's go.
From the, what is that behind you?
Camp Onawana.
Camp Onawana? What's that?
We hold you in our hearts.
What is that?
I don't know. What is it?
Oh, my God, Budnick.
Jesus Christ. How does he know? He's Donkey Lips for sure.
What is
He
it?
is Donkey Lips.
What's it from?
Salute your shorts, Tommy G.
Salute Your Shorts? I've never seen that movie.
It's a show from Nickelodeon from like 93.
I'm supposed to know a show from Nickelodeon from 1993?
Camp Onawana, we hold you in our hearts. And when we think about you, it makes us want to fart.
You don't know that song?
You know what, Evan? You don't know it either, right?
I'm too young for that.
And he's
I
like,
was
get it
getting a
right
little
or pay
worried.
the
It was-
price, Budnick.
I was getting a little worried it was from like a legendary show that I need to know from the 80s that I
I've
just
never heard of it.
I do not feel bad at all for not knowing that. Joey Rackets, how you doing tonight?
Fantastic until you just ruined my background.
I mean, I brought attention to it. You spent time on it, so
It's
now
great.
there's going to be an argument in the chat. I mean, give me a yes if you knew what that was from in the chat, and a no if you don't. Let's see. Maybe me and Evan are retarded. Very highly probable.
90s Nickelodeon is the best. First comment.
I do agree with 90s Nickelodeon being awesome. I just don't remember, like, I remember Double Dare and shit. I don't remember that.
Cat Dog, that show was fire.
Cat Dog, that's not 90s, is it?
That is definitely in the 90s.
Yeah, late 90s.
Yeah. I thought that was like 2000s.
That's my era.
Yeah, that might be 2000s. All right, so I guess a lot of people are saying that they do know.
Dreamy even is making fun of you, Tommy.
Well,
You're
the
done.
girls know, obviously.
No, you're done, dude.
Scotty doesn't know. Eddie doesn't know. Brad doesn't know. Kim knows, again, girl. Dreamy knows, yes. Lotte, I don't know. Mike knows. I mean, it's pretty split in the favor of you. So it's like a 60-40 yes. So, all right, let's get to it. Huge weekend just took place. Big weekend at 4 Deep Bets. Big education, big money, big everything. So let's start it off. Evan, what do we got? Do we have any headlines we got to cover before we recap this NFL weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we have Dak Prescott. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks, they're saying. He's probably broke his thumb or something. But then Skip Bayless went on air this morning and said that Cooper Rush is as equal to or better than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, there's no way we're going to waste any time talking about Skip Bayless. He's the dumbest person on TV. So, yeah, he's an idiot. Cooper Rush is garbage. Dak Prescott's garbage. I've been saying that forever. He's not elite. He's trash. I tweet it to start every season, and then he puts up a lot of garbage points and loses all the big games. The reason Dak Prescott hurts his fucking hand all the time, too, is because he throws like this. What quarterback throws like this? So, yeah, his hand's constantly coming down on things because he should be throwing from here, but he throws like this. So his hand's always coming down on helmets and hands. He's a disaster. He's a mess. And we'll talk about Dak Prescott when we go into the Sunday night game. Any other headlines before we break down the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're going to talk about it, but this will kind of lead into it. Your boy Joey B, 5 turnovers.
Yep, we'll talk about that when we get to that game. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. Anything else?
Let's just run it.
All right, let's run it. So Guys, we're going to try and start this show a little more on time, 2:05, 2:06 going forward. I made a beautiful fucking statement. Evan actually said to me, I can't believe you're on time. And then I won't be here on some Mondays because I'll be blacked out. But let's start it off just kind of running through each game and just giving a highlighter and whatever. We don't have to spend 10 minutes on each game or anything. Saints-Falcons, we had a bet. Would like to mention, should tout myself here for a second because it was pretty epic. I went through 5 other gambling sites that I know, and literally 98% of the people lost money yesterday. I actually went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9-1 on props on the 1 and 4 p.m. games. 9-1. St. Brown over. Freiermuth over. Mariota rushing over. We killed. We hit Mariota live. We hit 1.5 touchdowns for 3 different quarterbacks. Hit a plus 2,200 on Chase and Jefferson, both 100 and a touchdown. Hit a plus 333 on Jefferson, 100 and a touch. Hit a plus 392 on Chase, 100 and a touch. Phenomenal. 1 through 4. Sides 1 through 4. We picked every game. I went 11-4. Dolphins under. Jets under. Falcons money line and spread. Smaller on the money line. Should have won both. Texans money line and spread. Should have won both. Pushed 1. Teaser that carried all the way into Sunday night. Immaculate. And then Sunday night happened. And still ended up profitable and made a bunch of money. But broke every rule I said on the Discord and started betting all these props on the Sunday night game because it's a primetime game. And when we get to that game, I'm going to tell you guys what you need to do to make money going forward for this season. And Bill's going to agree with me because that shit is factioned up every fucking primetime, nighttime game. So we'll save that one for a minute. But let's run through this slate. Bill, Falcons, Saints, anything that surprised you? Anything you took away from it? Falcons. They lost.
Coup. Talking about coup.
Yeah. Tell them, talk, speak, motherfucker. What the fuck?
This is a podcast.
Yeah, it's a podcast. Some people are listening on the radio.
Coup.
What about Coup?
He's awesome.
Why is Coup important to 4 deep, Bill?
Rackets, you hear this? He's like,
Bill, there's a podcast to this. You realize that, right? Not everyone's watching your stupid face making these expressions. So people are sitting there.
His face is not stupid.
Listen to the podcast going, why is the fucking retard not talking?
Can
Talk,
I do that?
retard.
I'm giving Tommy the fingers, anybody who's listening.
There you go. All right, so why is Coup important to 4 deep?
Because he's the best. He makes all his field goals. He hit it before halftime. Falcons can't score in the red zone. And we have a new quarterback who also can't, I guess. It's just that team. They can't get it done. And now we pushed half of the blame onto Rackets' shitty team, the Colts, and they can't get it done either. So I don't know what to do. But it's just you got to bet Coup every week. We bet him every week. He's awesome. Love Coup. Best kicker in the NFL. Took him in my fantasy. Everyone, you picked him too early. He had 18 points yesterday for me. So, and not only Evan, did he have 18 points, but if you've checked out the 4 Deep Fantasy League lately, Evan, yours truly has the #1 point total in the league.
For now.
#1 point total.
Let me check
Number
this.
one.
Let me
Bill
check.
Rupp. They didn't want to be in the
All the
league.
checking you want to do. #1.
So let's
For
not
now.
kill hours on each one. Bill Rupp is leading the fantasy league. I will give him that credit.
I still have Russell Wilson to play. That's 20-something points.
What do you have?
And you're probably like 60 behind me.
I've 150.
Oh,
Me and
we can have a
Zab,
whole
we are
new-
killing it. We're making
We have
some
a
good
whole
moves.
new show
tonight.
on Thursday. Evan Hand in the hunt. Tommy G actually had about 16 players. Dak got hurt. Allen Robinson did nothing. All that, and I'm still doing okay considering. But I'm gonna have some problems in that league.
Yeah, you got 170. Bill, it's gonna be close, brother.
It's gonna be close. We're gonna
But
tune in Thursday.
as of right now, with no running back,
Guys, we got to pace up. No one cares about your fantasy league. So
Yes, they
on
do.
Thursday, we
Yes,
will
they
go
do.
and find out who won versus Bill and Evan. My takeaways from this game, Mariota rushing prop was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. 23.5 was fucking stupid. The guy ran all preseason. We smashed that in the first half. Falcons should have won the game. Falcons blew it. Bill Rupp has had the Young Ho Coup prop forever. We've been betting this at 4 deep because of Bill forever for a year and a half. And he hit 6 field goals yesterday to smash the prop. Saints looked bad early. Michael Thomas looked great, as we told you. Not much to take away from this game outside of Cordarrelle Patterson is legit, like we said. Jameis Winston will get better. Michael Thomas looks good, and the Falcons should have won. Evan, I see your facial expression.
Yeah, Jameis's fourth quarter was insane. I'm putting up a graphic right now. First 3 quarters, 10 completions, 18 attempts, 56 yards, and no touchdowns. Only the fourth quarter, 13 completions, 16 attempts, 212 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And we've been talking about this. The starters that didn't play all preseasons were very slow to start. That's a common theme. I'm not worried about the Saints at all. They did exactly what we thought they'd do. Can't guard Mike looked good. I thought it was good. Thought the Falcons should have stole the game, but that Mariota rushing prop is going to be something we're hitting every week until they move that up into the mid-30s. Bears-Niners. Rackets, did you watch any of these games? I don't mean to not go to you, but I know you were working most of the day, so you didn't see most of them.
I watched the replay on like 3 of them, but 49ers was one of the ones I was tapping into yesterday, and they looked fucking terrible.
Terrible.
They beat themselves with penalties, everything. It was disgusting.
I mean, the bottom line is that Justin Fields sucks. He's atrocious. 8 completions. Herbert got most of the late run over Montgomery. Montgomery looked like dog shit. Both these teams suck. That's the bottom line. You're going to see Jimmy Garoppolo probably in fucking 4 weeks. Trey Lance is garbage. Justin Fields is garbage. Let's keep it moving. Both these teams suck. Nothing to learn from this game. Bengals Steelers. This is a big one, obviously. Evan, you started the show talking about the Joe Burrow fucking 400 turnovers. This is a little worrisome for the Bengals, but not too much. The Bengals did absolutely nothing the whole first half. Burrow looked lost. The whole team looked lost. You can't not play your guys in the preseason, guys. You can't. They look like shit for the whole first half. That's kind of why I'm worried about Denver in the first half today, because they just don't look good. Then in the second half, Cincinnati came back and was stomping them. They scored about 15 touchdowns in the second half that didn't count. And Bill, the field goal shit that went on at the end of the Bengals game, holy fucking Christ, no one can kick a fucking field goal.
Nobody. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm
not letting you just say a word.
Bro, going over every game is stupid. So
it is not stupid. I know the show. Just
highlights.
Go. Just
go.
go.
Have the big highlights.
What did you think of the Bengals game?
It was a great game. It went to overtime. It was a great watch. We had fun watching it, and it came down to the field goal at the end. Same thing that every single person who's watching the show knows.
Bill, I know what I'm doing. I did national radio for fucking 10 years and won an award. I know what I'm doing.
Go to Rackets.
You just see the co-host. I'll do the rest.
All right, go to Rackets.
Great, cool. Rackets didn't see it. Eagles, Lions. Takeaways from this game. Jalen Hurts is a running back. That's the takeaway. A.J. Brown is fucking phenomenal. Looked great. Make sure to stock up on him everywhere, but he's too high priced now if you're trying to get a hold of him. Swift looked great. The Lions looked like shit. Amon St. Brown's prop was way too low. We had a double max on both of those. 0 drops last year for St. Brown. Dropped 3 balls in that game alone. That ain't happening again. Make sure you target him every single week. Dolphins, Patriots, total shit show. Bill, anything from that game?
Didn't watch a single play. So
you shouldn't have. It's garbage. Tua sucks. Tyreek's going to be fine. He's going to be a volume whore there. But that game was a complete disaster top to bottom.
Patriots looked real bad. Patriots looked bad.
Patriots are terrible. Dolphins are the same as the Dolphins. They're going to play good D. They're going to get a defensive touchdown every game. And Tua will do just enough to not get benched. Evan, Ravens, Jets.
Let's just skip over this. It's fucking horrible.
Gotta go to you.
It's bad. We're fucked. Zach Wilson's not back till week 5. Joe Flacco's under center. Our offensive linemen are going on the IR. Like Breece Hall, the guy who everybody was so high on beginning of the season, didn't do shit. Dropped a wide open pass. Michael Carter dropped a wide open touchdown.
Michael Carter almost ran into the back. Yeah, Jets are fucked. As far as the Ravens, I had the under on this game. Slammed the under. It ended at 33. We got it teased up to 58, I think. But easy under bet here. Be a little foreshadowing here. Knew the Ravens would come out slow. Lamar not playing the whole preseason, and they did. They didn't do shit. Honestly, the Ravens didn't do anything the whole game. They completed a couple bombs, and the Jets handed them everything else. So not high on the Ravens yet, but again, not going to overreact to week 1 when no one had a preseason. Commanders, Jaguars. I don't know if either Bill or Rackets saw this game. This game was fucking crazy.
I didn't see either. I saw Carson Wentz threw 4 touchdowns. I was like, I don't even want to watch this.
Yeah. Bill,
I had no plays on it. Didn't put out any plays on it. I don't even think Red Zone showed a minute of this game.
Yeah, I will tell you, Antonio Gibson looked fucking phenomenal. Should have never been worried about not being the starting back from the beginning. 14 carries, 58 yards, 7 catches, 72 yards. Played like 80% of the snaps. Antonio Gibson is someone, if you took a chance on, like I did in one of my leagues, you are paying that off. He's looking like a first-round pick right now. You probably got him in the fucking 7th. On the Jaguars side of the ball, the Jags are the same fucking team every year. Trevor Lawrence is trash. They're going to have some decent moments. Christian Kirk looked great, 12 targets. Zay Jones got 9 targets, which was interesting. But they're the Jaguars. They were playing from behind a lot. I think this game was pretty uneventful, even though there was a lot of scoring and a lot of fun. Not too many major takeaways from this outside of Gibson. I know everyone's going to be going nuts over Jahan Dotson. I have Jahan Dotson in 2 of my 3 leagues. I get it. He definitely produced, got in the box, but he really didn't do shit outside of the touchdowns. So I wouldn't overreact to just touchdowns. We want volume. Panthers, Browns. Anyone see a bunch of this?
Yeah,
Not
Browns
me.
fucked me. Chubb fucked me on the touchdown. Touchdowns from Chubb.
Should have got in. Baker Mayfield sucks. What I told everyone before the season. Baker Mayfield will destroy everyone. Those of you drafting DJ Moore as your number 1 wide receiver, you deserve this.
Robbie Anderson.
You deserve this. Christian McCaffrey, you deserve this. Baker Mayfield is AIDS. He will destroy everything around him. He destroyed Odell Beckham. He destroyed Jarvis Landry. He will destroy everything around him. And on the Cleveland side of the ball, great game out of Nick Chubb. Shame he didn't get in the box there for Bill Rupp, but pretty much Peoples-Jones is the big thing. 11 targets out of Peoples-Jones. 11. The next highest guy had fucking 5, I think. So Amari Cooper, if you drafted Amari Cooper, you're retarded. Brissett's terrible. Don't ever draft star receivers from terrible quarterbacks unless it's DeAndre Hopkins. Texans, Colts, Joey Rackets. Tommy G had a money line on the Texans, plus 7.5 on the Texans. Ended up getting the push when we were up 14.
Up 17.
Up 17.
17 in the fourth quarter. So the first 3, they had 517 yards of offense, and Alec Pierce dropped 2 touchdowns too. So Matt Ryan's numbers, he had the 4 fumbles. It's center fucking quarterback exchange, whatever. But that's the shit you got to work on in preseason that obviously wasn't worked on. But they played like shit for 3 quarters, and then they came back from a 17-point deficit and tied the game, going to get into overtime. They should have won the game. Blankenship sucks. So.
Okay.
Matt Ryan blows, dude.
Yeah, every part of that analysis is wrong, but carry on.
Oh my
No,
god.
dude, Ryan, he wasn't bad though. Like he was bad.
Rackets
PSA,
got a
Rackets is
48 QB rating.
Rackets is a Colts fan, by the way. PSA. Go on.
He's got a 48 rating.
Bro. I said even the fumbles were quarter center.
And 4 fumbles!
They were all on the exchange though.
Rackets. So here's the thing. You're spinning it as 352 yards, isn't it? Bill. Matt
They
Ryan
had 517 yards of
350
offense.
yards. 260 of them were in garbage time against a pre-med down 7.
And overtime.
Right, and overtime. He got 5 quarters to play, and one of those quarters was against the pre-med.
They got
Jonathan
2 drives in
Taylor-
overtime. They got 2 drives, too, in overtime.
Jonathan Taylor had one of the games of his career. 31 carries, 161 yards, 5.2 yards per carry. You had 350 from your quarterback. You had 160 from your running back. Pittman, your stud, at 120, and you still couldn't beat the Texans. That should be the most worrisome thing in the world. And if you watch the first half, they should have scored 40. Matt Ryan kept getting to the red zone and failing like he did his whole career in Atlanta. The Colts suck. The Colts are dead.
Pierce dropped
fantasy.
2 touchdowns.
Taylor's good for fantasy. The rest of the Colts are trash, Rackets.
I'm buying that the team is more like the fourth quarter team than the first 3 quarters.
I mean, if they played a prevent every quarter, then yeah, they'd be phenomenal.
No, I think you're wrong.
The Texans.
This is a classic week 1 overreaction.
All right,
Continue on.
I mean, listen, it's not a week 1 overreaction when I bet their unders everywhere, and because I think Matt Ryan sucks.
You got one. I told you the spread was a good bet. I didn't argue with that one. I just thought they were going to win the game, and they should have. Blankenship missed a fucking chip shot.
I mean, they should have never been in the game down 17 in the fourth quarter.
Blankenship shouldn't have missed that kick.
He shouldn't have missed that kick, but they shouldn't have fucking been throwing up 17 in the fourth at their own 10 either to get a strip sack. But Bill, as an unbiased person, me and Rackets have been fighting about the Colts all year. What was your takeaway with the Colts?
I mean, listen, nobody knows Matt Ryan.
This year?
Nobody knows Matt Ryan more than me. He's not good anymore. He's done. He's a Hall of Famer, which I believe. He just doesn't have it in him. He's too slow. The pocket closes in on him. He fucking loses the ball. It's just not He's not good. It's going to be like this all season. It's going to be sad.
Yeah, I think so
He's
too.
still going to get. He's still going to get 350 a game because they're going to be down.
Not a game, but yeah. Giants Titans. This was probably the craziest game, Bill. How did the Titans let this game get away? They were
Three plays, like we said. 3 plays.
I mean, one long 80-yard run by Barkley, 1 yard, 70-yard pass, and then up 7 with 4 minutes left. You fucking fumble a punt. I mean, and then you miss a 40-something yard field goal to win the game. Giants got the win. Listen, it hurt me in Survivor. It hurt you. It hurt everyone. But I didn't have many bets on it. I just hit them live. I don't even think I bet the game pregame. But, I mean, that was – Giants Town is going nuts over here. And Barkley looked good, but that was a pretty worrisome game right there. Didn't look good the whole fucking game outside of the end.
Well, I mean, he did have a good game. You know, even take away that 68-yard run.
Until he gets hurt in the third quarter.
100 yards.
Yeah, until he gets hurt in the third week, right?
I mean, until he gets hurt because he's 100% going to get hurt.
Right.
You know,
especially getting the ball that much, yeah.
And Daniel Jones, I mean, 17 for 21. Where are you ever going to see that? He's never going to have a game like that again.
It was a weird game. It was a weird game. It looked like Tennessee was in control. The Vegas line was minus 1,200, even with Tennessee only up 7. That's how much Vegas.
Daniel Jones had a QB rating of 25.8.
Only throwing 4 incompletions. Vikings-Packers was the easiest bet of the entire week. I told you guys here. I told you guys on the site. Just a complete joke. It should have never been a dog. That Vikings offense looked phenomenal. Justin Jefferson was a huge part of our plus 2,200 parlay. 100 and a touch for him and Chase. This is going to be all year, bro. I'm telling you. Justin Jefferson's been playing under one of the worst coordinators in the history of sports and one of the worst coaches in the history of sports. And now they have brilliant minds there. He was wide open all game. Wide open. Him and Cousins are going to ball out this year. I think that's a lethal combo. Was my number 1 DFS stack for the week was the Cousins-Jefferson combo. Just wish Green Bay would have kept it a little closer so Cousins would have kept throwing. Got up to 350 and 3 touchdowns, but phenomenal there. Not much to take away. Bill, anything to take away from Rodgers and his team?
He's not. It probably happened. Same thing happened last year. They got killed week 1. It's going to take him. He hasn't played. It's going to take him a few weeks to get back.
Rackets, anything on this game?
Not really, no.
Yeah, I mean, Watson dropped that big touchdown right out the gate, which is going to be all everyone's talking about, but Watson's fine. Dobbs is fine. Lazard will be back. Rodgers will be back. They're going to make the playoffs. Pick up, trade for Rodgers. If you had Dak, go get Rodgers. They're probably giving away for pennies on the dollars right now. Go take him. This wide receiving core is good and young. Dobbs and Lazard, Dobbs and fucking Watson are actually good and young. They're going to be fine. It's just going to take them a few weeks to get it together. Chiefs Cardinals. I hate the Cardinals. I hate Kyler Murray. And the Chiefs just went out and just stuck that dick directly in the Cardinals. As I said, I think the Chiefs are better without Tyreek Hill. I really do. I think Mahomes spreading the ball out, Rackets, leads to a better offense than forcing the ball to Tyreek Hill sometimes, because I do still think he's a volume, big play gadget guy on some level.
Yeah, and they just inserted Hardman right into the Tyreek Hill spot. Didn't miss anything. Same thing.
Skip a beat. Dude, how did anyone think this team was going to fall back? Like, how are they going to fall back? Like, this Valdez Scandling, Juju Smith-Schuster, Hilaire, Sky Moore, Travis Kelce, Mecole Hardman. I mean, teams fucking would drool for that type of offensive firepower. So don't worry about the fucking Chiefs. You shouldn't have worried about the Chiefs. And the Cardinals suck because Kyler Murray's fucking trash midget.
Yeah.
Chargers Raiders got close. Bill, I was telling you when we watched the fucking pregame show, Devontae Adams may break the record for targets this year. And boy, did he ever fucking step up. His love affair with Derek Carr dates all the way back to college. They're fucking. I'm fairly certain Derek Carr and Devontae Adams have sex, Bill.
He always kind of think these.
I mean, did you watch the pregame? They're petting each other.
Always got to be with the gay and fucking. What were you gonna say? I was gonna say something before.
It was about the Cardinals game that last weekend was double XP weekend for Call of Duty, so that's why Kyler also played that shit.
Oh my God, was it?
That the last weekend was double XP weekend. You know,
Dude, we
Kyler
have a
was
trend,
playing
by the way.
Sunday
There's
morning.
a betting trend on Call of Duty promotions and Kyler Murray's lack of success.
I'll have to cross-reference that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so, Evan, your job is going to be to let us know the next double XP weekend for Call of Duty. Okay.
He did get me 24 fantasy points.
Well, I mean, it's garbage. It was Matt Ryan points.
Well,
right?
he did have 2 touchdowns, no picks. He didn't throw a pick.
Hey, they were also down by 100, so he just kept throwing the ball in the second half. I mean, when you're down by a lot. Stats, numbers always lie, guys. Remember that. You got to watch the game. Numbers
Well,
always
he doesn't really have any fucking receivers.
No, and he sucks. And he didn't throw to Ertz at all until the end. Like, he just sucks. But the Raiders and the Chargers, Chargers look good. I really like Gerald Everett to evolve this year. Not a single Charger with over 4 targets. Keenan Allen left the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Chargers with a target in that game. That's not very comforting for anyone. I think Gerald Everett's a guy that you got to keep your eye on. But, I mean, he really spread that ball out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 backs with a carry. So they had 11 receivers get a target and 6 backs get a carry. 5 Herbert had some carries. I mean, where do you go with the fucking Chargers outside of Herbert and obviously Eckler? But where do you go with this team? Sonny Michel got 7 carries. That can't be comforting to fucking Eckler owners. Eckler got 14. And outside of Herbert, there was only 14 other carries. He got half the carries. Is this normal? Or is this just experimenting on week 1, guys?
I think Carr, I think they would have had, I think they should have won that. I was on the Raiders the whole time with the points and everything. I think Carr, they would have won if he didn't throw 3 picks.
Yeah, and get sacked 5 times.
Yeah,
5 sacks,
so
3
if he
picks.
could straighten that out, he still had 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's got a whole bunch of weapons back there. Adams, Waller, Bolden, Renfro. You got Jacobs, Dool. It's crazy. It's crazy what he got. So I'm not worried about them. They should be good. Chargers, same thing. They always either come from behind or let teams back in the game. Happened last year.
Yeah.
So,
I think the thing with the Chargers, Rackets, is that they're going to be good. We all know that. They're going to be explosive. It's just tough to pick who's going to do what based on week 1.
Yeah, I was on Eckler pretty heavy yesterday, and that kind of sucked. But I didn't. Other than Adams, I don't know. I wasn't really impressed with the Raiders yesterday either. Adams was really good, but other than that, nah.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought Waller looked good in flashes and had a couple big plays. But I think both those teams are fine. I think, in the words of Denny Green,
I'll be right back. I got to grab my dog real quick.
All right. They are who we thought they were. Bucks Cowboys last night. This game, Bill Rupp, this goes into my lesson. So let me start with this. I made a vow this year for the subscribers that I was just going to go in and pick 5 to 10 props for the whole first 14 games, 1 through 4 o'clock. I want to go target just the best prop of these games, and really, it went 9-1. Fucking killed it. Fucking destroyed it. And I just want to pick the best games. So I had 4 games that I absolutely loved. Actually, let me just pull it here. 4 sides that I loved, and it was the Texans plus 7.5, Falcons plus 7.5, Miami under 46.5, Miami team total under 24.5, and the Cowboys. Okay? So I went 4-1 on those. 4-0 on the main sides before that. And then what happens, Bill? We're up a lot. I'm up fucking a billion units. And I go, listen, I like Fournette over receiving. That's what I had. That was my play. It didn't hit. And then all of a sudden the game gets closer. We're up a lot of money. You know what? Let's take a CeeDee Lamb over too. And you know what? Let's take a Schultz over, which hit. And you know what? Godwin's thing is too low. Let's do that. And then let's do a same game parlay. And then let's do another. And next thing you know, you got 8 bets on one game. And everyone did it. Everyone would have done it even if we didn't put it out. But what we have to realize, guys, these are the most fixed games in the world. The Thursday night game, the Sunday night game. This is, Bill, would you agree that most of FanDuel's volume that comes in nowadays is actually not even from the side, it's from props? Or a huge portion of it?
Yeah, mostly.
Same game parlays, things like that. Exotics, parlays, props, and shit like that. Right? So these are the hardest things to hit on the standalone games. Okay? What I said after the 4 o'clock games ended was, guys, we just fucking broke the bank and the whole rest of the world lost money. All your sites lost money. Everyone you're subscribed to got killed. They all got killed. I destroyed. Skull fucked it all. And then I said, oh, we got money to spare. That's stupid. I should have just shut down the game, taken the Cowboys L, taken the Fournette L, and kept it moving. But what do? Godwin 38.5 was too low. He catches a 20-yard pass. We hit his live. And next thing you know, CeeDee Lamb, 71.5 yards. Dak gets hurt. Do not load up on this game tonight, okay? These are the traps. The primetime games, I know we're all fiending. When we have 14 games, we could be more responsible and pick the 5 or 6 things we love out of those 14 games. When you have one game tonight, there shouldn't be more than one or two things you love. That's it. So don't bet 7 things on this game. Don't bet a same-game parlay where you need CeeDee Lamb, Dalton Schultz, a touchdown from Ezekiel, receptions from... Don't do it. It's not going to happen. These games usually go under. They're usually dog frenzies. Most primetime games, the underdog covers, I think it's like 59, 60% of the time. And they usually go completely off script. The Rams didn't show up on Thursday. The Cowboys didn't show up on Sunday. And then we have tonight with Geno Smith, Russell Wilson with a whole new crew of weapons. So, Bill, I think the most important thing that we need to be disciplined on, and we did a good job week 1 outside of the Sunday night, is not going crazy on these fucking island games. They're traps.
Well, I didn't go crazy on it. I just had the Cowboys for everything. We were at the end of every parlay, and I didn't really even get a chance to hedge because I thought we were going to have time during the game.
You thought it would be back and forth.
Ended being a shit show. And then after like midway through the third quarter, I just shut it off. I was done. I ate another edible, and I fell asleep watching Halloween. Yeah.
I mean, listen, and here's the thing. And here's what pisses me off. I'm telling everyone, 4 Deep Bet subscribers, freeloader fucking sheep fuck losers who don't want to spend $37 for fucking, we'll make it back in a minute, and everyone who you send this to. Do as we say, not as we do. I am giving you this advice from a rational state of mind as a consultant and advisor to you who has 30 years of gambling experience and has run multi-million-dollar gambling providing companies for a decade. I may run out and have 6 bets on this game tonight. Don't do it. Ignore it. I have no control. I have a lot of money. I don't care if I blow it. I'm telling you now, this is rational Tommy telling you to avoid crazy Tommy. Put 2 bets on this game tonight. If you want to do some halftime draws and shit like that, great. Sprinkle it. Don't bet 6 props ever on a fucking primetime game. No matter what I do in the future or Bill does. The Rackets, do you co-sign that?
I feel like you're making a public service announcement to GOAT.
No, I'm making it to myself. This is 2 o'clock, Tommy.
I mean, listen,
to fucking 8:04, Tommy.
All I know is
Tommy, don't do it. You weren't on CeeDee Lamb all week. Why are you on him at 7:59? Godwin's got a fucking injury. Why are you betting his live over?
You tried yelling at GOAT before the game not to take touchdowns.
Yes.
And obviously he didn't listen to you because we didn't hear from him the rest of the night. So
I did, and that's why the voice chats are important. We were on the voice chat yesterday from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m., right? No other site does that. 13 hour, 12 hours. And before the game, we were talking through props, and I was screaming at GOAT. Stop betting touchdown props, guys. You want to do a plus 2,100, 100 yards and a touchdown, 100 touchdown all day. You're throwing $1 on those. Fucking $10, $100. That's fine. Don't put a lot of money on more than one player to score a touchdown. And GOAT was asking last night in the voice chat, well, how does this guy not score? How does that guy not score? And I posted in the chat when it was fucking 9-3 at halftime. That's how they don't score. There was 1 touchdown the whole fucking game. You know how hard it is to get the touchdown shit right? Avoid that. Don't listen to me after 7:30 p.m. because then I go crazy gambling guy. Listen to me at 2:30. Right, Bill? You're responsible most through the night. I turn into a fucking demon at 7:45.
Yeah, you're nuts.
And I was gonna have the single biggest gambling day of any single provider, maybe in America.
Mabry?
And I gave half of it back last night.
What's Mabry?
Mabry. It means possibly, maybe, and berry juice.
Okay.
Mabry.
Mabry, guys.
Mabry. And if you guys stay tuned, I'm going to give you the 2 bets that I like for tonight's game. I think I'm going to give you I have 3. I might give you 2 and save 1. I'm saving 1 for the subs. Saving the plus 2,000s for the sub. We'll throw in 10 of those. Throw in 10 plus 2,000s. Who cares? Because you're putting 1/10 of a unit, 1/2 a unit on those.
Question for you.
Yes.
So you think it's going to be an under tonight?
I don't. I'm looking at. I don't know.
Do you do both teams to score 1 touchdown in each half?
No more touchdowns. Get it out of my
Okay.
head. Keep it out of here.
So you know it's going to hit.
Right. I'm not doing it. We're going to talk about the NFL bets in about. It looks like it's far down, but we're going to do a quick 5-minute MLB, a 5-minute NCAA, and we're getting right back to Monday Night Football bets. So hang with us here for about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
let's do the
speaking of-
MLB real quick before we go through the Denver game. I'm admittedly not betting much on MLB today.
He's not looking at you, F.
Yeah.
Ev, what's up?
Well, we have 250 people in here and only 87 likes, so I'm just wondering what the fuck that's about. And
I mean, that's 170 mean people. That's what that
I
is.
didn't hit the like button either.
Fucking dude, you're the worst human.
Okay, first of all, I did retweet it today,
You did.
And now you didn't hit the
replied.
like.
and I replied, and now I just fucking retweeted.
I mean,
now
we've been doing
just
a show
liked
for a
it.
year and a half. You're happy that you sent a retweet?
Did you like it?
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
I
didn't
like it. I'm
it
on the
either.
house account.
Did you, Rackets?
I'm on the
Yeah,
house
I
account.
did.
It's auto-liked. Evan likes it.
I like it every day.
Dude, the best about me being on the house account, Evan, is when Stay Cashin types in the chat, they don't know if it's me or you.
Yeah. It's, like,
Sometimes I'll be
fuck-
like, you fucking retard. I think it's you.
I do have to go get my son from school in about 5-10 minutes.
Go
so
get
I'm
it.
gonna
Go get it. Give your Monday Night Football bets.
Yeah,
first.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my Monday Night Football play. First half under 22.5, minus 130.
Okay.
Easy.
I'm going to give you a reason why I like that play. So that you want any analysis on that? You want to break it down a little?
Go ahead, Tommy G. Be my guest.
No. It's your play. Go.
Oh, I don't see any way the Seahawks do much tonight. I don't know if the Broncos cover, but I just don't see too many points. And at least in the first half, and we saw it all day yesterday. The first half of these games are fucking trash.
Yeah.
Listen, bro. I don't know how the fucking Seattle even stays. in
No,
this
don't give your analysis yet, Bill, because we're doing it in 5 minutes. I just want to get Rackets where he leaves. I'm not cutting you off.
Rackets. What's little Rackets wearing at the bus stop?
He had an Adidas hoodie on this morning, so probably
All
bad.
right, cool. Swagged up. Is he dripping?
Oh, always, dude. He's got nicer shit than I do.
Bill likes the word drip. All
Yeah.
right. Any baseball bets you like?
I'm on the Tampa and Toronto game, but I just don't know which way I'm leaning. I want to bet Tampa with the plus money, but their offense has just been shit the last couple days, so I might be jumping on the Barrios train, but I don't like the minus 150.
Okay. Anything else here? Mets minus 310, Toronto minus 160, Houston minus 240. A lot of big lines today.
Yeah, it's big lines tonight. That's
There's
why
only
I was
a
like,
few games like last week.
Not many games here. I do like the Braves minus 196 here versus Cobb. I feel like San Francisco is just shit giving up on their season. The Braves are on a different level right now than most of these teams. So I want to figure out something to parlay the Braves with.
and that's the last game of the night too. So there might be something like a live under in the football game or a live over in the football game if there's actually some scoring. Looks like something nice to parlay with the Braves.
I think I'm just gonna right out the gate, I'll give away a little football. I'm gonna parlay that with Denver money line. So just give me the plus 110 on that, Evan. Atlanta Braves money line, Denver money line. We'll talk about that. Rackets, I know you like Denver too. That
was my Survivor pick. So
you're on that.
and after a shit day in Survivor, the Colts went out.
Everyone went out.
Titans went out. Yeah, a lot of teams went out yesterday.
While Rackets is still here, now that I look, Baltimore has a 1.6% chance.
Dude, they went 2-6 in the last 8 games, man. They fucking just went down.
No, it's not a great weekend for Joe. Right?
Not a good weekend.
I mean, honestly, if you're playing the Rackets card, because keep in mind it is retrograde. If you're playing the Rackets card, you may want to fade Denver tonight. That's the last.
What happened in tennis? Also, Rackets. You.
Oh yeah, of course. We lost the women's final like we fucking do every time. Like we just get the people from the pre-tournament future into it,
in the finals, yeah.
and can't. That's my alarm. And can't get the fucking win, but we got Alcaraz to win, but that was only 550, so it just pretty much paid for everything else.
I mean, that was fine. It was a good run. It was a fluky upset and then a bad loss that could have been hedged. I mean, everyone should have hedged.
Yeah, you could have hedged that for sure.
Yeah, Hoffman was in there yelling hedge.
Yeah, you had plus 4 figures on a hedge on that, so everyone should have hedged it. Hoffman was screaming it while you were working. All right, Rackets, get out of here. Go get a little Drippy Jr.
Yeah, man. See you guys at 5:30. Rupp and Rackets.
Rupp and Rabbits, 5:30 in the Discord.
Yes, sir. We'll see. Yeah, see you guys tonight in the Discord.
Let's go. 5:30 p.m. Rupp and Rackets show. All right, buddy. All right. So I don't got any other baseball, Bill. I mean, every team I like today is minus 250 on the road, right? I like Atlanta. And I guess you could parlay the Dodgers with something. You could fucking parlay the Astros. The Blue Jays minus 160 against Tampa. I don't want that. Mets minus 300.
I think the Dodgers yesterday, they told them that they clinched, and then there was a mess up. Major League Baseball messed up on a scenario, so they didn't clinch. But like they had all the champagne and shit, I think, for that, and it never happened. So tonight, I believe they can clinch tonight with the win.
All right. I mean, I'm not. I'm just being honest. I'm not betting A. I like the Braves. Someone in the chat said Strider K prop in the win. Yeah, for sure. I
didn't bet any baseball yesterday. It was the first day all season.
I didn't either. I mean, listen, you can only do so much research, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, I do like Atlanta tonight. I was looking for something to parlay with Denver. That's going to be one of my bigger plays. Let's bring Howie Dewey in here real quick, little college football, and then we'll get back to the NFL. Howie Dewey, how you doing? Yeah, Evan, do you ever tell him he's coming on, the poor guy?
I just told him.
Howie Dewey. Look at Howie.
Tommy, I'll also be parlaying the Mets. Even though it's 300, you said that the Mets are one of the teams that ignore the 300.
Yes.
And Howie's just sleeping.
Howie Dewey, how you doing?
What's going on, fellas? How you doing?
I keep telling Evan, are you going to give the guy a heads up in the green room?
I texted him.
Yeah, it's Evan. He's on that upstate New York crack.
Oh.
Bill, what were you saying just there?
If the Mets are exactly 300 right now, if I can get a line below that to parlay them with Denver, I'll do it. 300, I don't know. I don't know if I can do the Mets.
I'm not touching it.
But I will be if I find something 295 or something, I'll hit it with Denver.
It's the FanDuel line. It's FanDuel's. If FanDuel doesn't drop below 300, you're in.
Mets need this win. Playing the Cubs at home. Bassett's on the mound, so
we'll see. Howie Dewey. Now, this man right here, for those of you that tuned in to the Stay Cashin show, we're going to be doing the NFL bets
I gotta get it
very shortly. We'll see if Howie likes anything for tonight, too. I want to first give you prop, Howie, for nailing on air the video clip that was circulating the Four Deep Nation, Georgia Southern, plus 1,400. Where the fuck did you pull that from?
I'm telling you, it's like I said. They
And by the way, Evan, do a giveaway.
Bet.
They got athletes down there, man. They got a new coaching staff. I said that they got rid of the triple option. They're going back to like a different system with studs, and Nebraska was primed to get beat. They were just primed to get beat. And I got another one for you, Tommy. If you look at the Sun Belt Conference, which is a fairly new conference with a lot of these Southern teams, Georgia Southern goes to Nebraska, beats Nebraska. Marshall gets a nice fat check of $1.2 million to go into Notre Dame and beat Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Appalachian State beats North Carolina. Those three schools are all in the Sun Belt East. They're all in the Sun Belt East. So, look, the rest of the year, when these Sun Belt Conference teams play other teams, you got to watch them.
I agree, dude. I agree. And I mean, the call by you was phenomenal. The weekend was kind of crazy. Any big takeaways out of the college football weekend?
Wasn't the one that didn't surprise me. I didn't think Kentucky would beat Florida that badly. I thought it would be a little closer. But that's one that, like I said, Kentucky, they probably have the best team they've ever had in the history of that program this year. And with that being said, they'll probably come in fifth place in the SEC. But no, you're getting to see a little bit more. We're not giving a lot of these smaller schools the credit they deserve. A lot of these bigger schools aren't worth a shit. I mean, that's what
Notre Dame sucks. Ohio State sucks. Like, half these big schools just suck. You look at a lot of these teams that are ranked 10, 11. They suck.
Nebraska
fucking got whacked.
Well, they fired their coach yesterday.
He deserves to be fired.
Howie Dewey got the coach fired.
After 2 days, they fired their coach, Scott Frost, ex-player.
I mean, is that the first time ever?
They fired a few people there.
No, but I'm saying in 2 days?
Oh, it's got to be. I mean,
has to be the earliest fucking firing ever.
Yeah, for college. I mean, usually in college, unless a couple cheerleaders go missing, they let the coach finish it out, man.
Oh, my God.
Pretty much, you got to have cheerleaders' heads in a freezer to get fired in college football.
In a duffel bag.
Yeah, they'll wait to the end of the year, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, you can look at Urban Meyer. You can even get lap dances from it. It doesn't matter.
no. I mean,
as long as they don't go missing.
dude, you saw what Bergeron was doing down in LSU.
Mm-hmm.
That guy he's. They say he was born in America, but he doesn't speak English. You can't understand 3 words that come out of that. He was literally bringing strippers to practice in college.
Nothing wrong with that.
And they didn't fire him. They didn't fire him until the end of the season. And they're like, you know what? He's got a national championship. What's 10 or 12 strippers?
I mean, listen, I think you're allowed about 10 strippers per national championship, right?
That's pretty much what it was.
That's it. But once you start getting to 20, 30, you got to win another ring.
No one's heard from him since he left LSU. Somebody saw him on a beach. Literally on a topless beach with like 3 girls. I mean, that guy literally, here's how his life went. He won a national championship, got fired, his wife left him, and he's been on a beach ever since. I mean, something to be said for that.
He had an interview not too long ago about his firing and how LSU just like came to him and they were like, well, we're going to let you go. We'll give you $7.5 million. And he was like, well, $7.5 million, show me where the door is. I'll be right out there in 10 minutes.
Show me where the door is and I'm right over
You actually speak better than he does because I've never understood 3 words that come on. They used to interview that guy after, how'd you guys pull it off against Alabama? What was it? You just hear him be like, we got to do the strip. Shots and strippers.
So I mean, we had Arkansas get knocked off. That was fucking embarrassing loss against my boys. I love Appalachian State. They had a great showing this week. The question is there anything you see heading into next week? You'll be on here with us Thursday and Friday to break down the games. I don't think there's any college football games on Tuesday, Wednesday for the foreseeable future, which doesn't make sense why they don't squeeze some of these games in. Have the teams get a bye week, play a national TV game in the Maction or something on a Tuesday, Wednesday. But they haven't been doing it. They're missing opportunities to get exposure to these schools. Anything you're looking forward to this weekend? Kind of first look. I got one bet I want to get in now.
Friday night, Louisville pulled one off. They surprised me last week. I think they're going to get smacked hard Friday because Florida State, I think for the first time in, it might be 8-10 years, Florida State has a squad. They have a decent squad. They got a good quarterback. They beat it looked like a decent LSU team. I mean, LSU had some injuries during the game, but they actually pulled the game off. They're playing they're kind of dropping in class, as you would say, and they're playing a Louisville team. They're going to go there. I think they're going to come out of there with a touchdown, maybe a 10-point win. And I'm looking forward for Saturday. Saturday, you got California going into Notre Dame. And I got a good friend that played linebacker for California. And he thinks they're going to go in and beat him again. Notre Dame's
I do too.
0-3, and he's probably right.
Wait, you think you like Cal or you like Notre Dame?
I like Cal.
I'm on Cal heavy. Cal's my favorite. Still 10.5 at FanDuel. So I'm putting that out right now. That's one of my big ones. You're on Cal. I'm on Cal. That line opened at 14.5. It's already been driven down. Get that 10.5 now. So Evan, throw that in there. Tommy and Howie. Cal Saturday plus 10.5. That's going to be 8 by kickoff. Lot of money coming in. I mean, for that line to move 4 points already against a team like Notre Dame, which everyone loves to bet on, I think they win that game outright too. I think that's going to be a nail biter.
And it goes back to what there's a reason. There's a reason that coach leaves and just jets to LSU so fast. Mm-hmm. That was like, he didn't even tell his team. He basically just got a plane and was like, boys, I'm gone. And I mean, he knew it. He knew there was nothing coming back. They got no talent. They're going to have a tough time going 500.
Yeah, they're a bad team. They're a bad team. And I'll give you one more to keep an eye on that I like this week that I'm going to be looking at. I like this Auburn spot here. I want to see how the line moves. I like Auburn. I know Howie's going to be on it with me. I see him nodding. So I like this Auburn versus a ranked Penn State team. This line's at 2.5. I'm just going to sit on it right now because I do feel like there's going to be a bunch of Penn State money coming in. If I'm not mistaken, I think 96% of the early money is on Penn State. Let me just see here. 96% of the early money is on Penn State. It's gone from -1.5 to -2.5. If you can catch a 3, grab it. So I'm just waiting till that thing hits 3-4, and then that's mine. I'm going to be jumping on Auburn plus the 3.
Auburn probably wins that game.
Yeah, Auburn wins. Auburn wins.
Yep.
All right, Dewey, anything for tonight's game you're looking at?
Yeah, just go the opposite of whatever I say. I have no idea. You got, home dog always covers Monday night. They're getting like 6 or 7. Denver could win by 50.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is, Seattle's quarterback played for my Jets, and I saw Geno. I saw him throw 4 interceptions in the first half against the Bills one afternoon. It was amazing.
And he was better then.
Yeah, and that was right. That was in his peak.
Yeah.
But it's the Jets. It wasn't his fault because the Jets' offensive line basically is the ball snapped, and then they're just
run.
No, it's just like those they're all holding the red towel. Like, here you come on, Bull. There he is. Go get him. I mean, that's it.
And nothing for you on this one.
I'll follow your guys' leads.
All right, I'll have them for you. Stay tuned. All right, Howie Dewey. We'll see you Thursday, my friend.
All right, guys.
All right, later, brother.
Later.
Guys, just so you know, new show schedule. This is now a game day show. That's what we're switching. It used to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday because there was a lot of baseball on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and wanted to break. This is a game day show now. Monday, Thursday, Friday. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If there's a game on, we're on. NFL Monday, NFL Thursday, and then Friday we give you the whole weekend. Let's bring in Constantino here, talk some Monday Night Football bets. Bill Rupp, game tonight. I personally have flip-flopped both ways on this game. Couple pieces of information that need to be known. Geno Smith sucks, okay? Joe Flacco sucked. I was worried about the Ravens bet. I wanted to bet the Ravens. I didn't do it because the line looked trappy, how they held it at 6.5 and didn't push it to the 7 like they did with other teams. But I said, you know what? They may just be forgetting how bad Flacco is. And I think Vegas is forgetting how bad Geno Smith is. He is horrific. He is a terrible quarterback. He is not an NFL quarterback, and this is a very good Denver defense. So as much as I do love the home dog Monday night, I'm not going to go all in Denver like I would normally if it was a 4 o'clock game because I know they try to fix these games and rig them and fuck everyone. I just don't see how you can get behind Seattle here, Bill, even with the fact that the home dogs tend to cover in these spots on Monday night.
Listen, I am all over Denver. I think they absolutely kill them. Seattle's garbage. Denver goes in there and destroys them. I'm not even second guessing myself. Complete destroy, denial. But what I'm going to do is I hit it last night, and I'm going to give it out again today. Over 1.5 turnovers. Minus 155. Over 1.5 turnovers. I think Geno gets that by himself. Over 1.5. Love it. I'm all in on there.
For Geno, for the Seahawks.
No, for the game.
Oh.
But I think he gets that himself is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I like that.
Over 1.5 turnovers for the game, minus 155. I absolutely love it.
Where can they find that bet? That's
It's on DraftKings.
That's a phenomenal bet. I really like that one a lot. Quick side note before I kick to Constantino and bring him in. He knows the story. He could verify it. So when I moved into my apartment in Secaucus, those of you on the 4D Bets Discord know about this. I don't know if I've ever said it on here. When I walked in, the lady was like, "Oh, you run a sports company. There was an athlete who owned your apartment before you." It was actually Geno Smith. And when I got my 17th NOID violation in the first year, the lady next door said, "We never had a complaint from this apartment until you moved in." So Geno Smith lived in my apartment before me. It's beautiful, 2-level, high-rise overlooking New York and Secaucus, right in the middle of a swamp, but everything else was phenomenal. And I'm honored to say that I've fucked more girls in that apartment than Geno Smith did. So I am a better player than him. And Constantino, who was actually, when we became friends, I was living in the foothills of Secaucus.
Foot of the Meadowlands, at the foot of the Meadowlands.
Foothills of the Meadowlands. Banging whores in Geno Smith's apartment. Do the Seahawks have a chance tonight, Mike?
They do have a chance.
Let me grab a water real quick.
I picture a slowed down version. I think both teams are going to run the ball aggressively. Denver lost a lot of pass catching components. It'll be a lot of, obviously, Sutton, a lot of Judy. The tight end, I'm not even going to attempt to say it, but they've been pretty vocal about they're going to run Javonte Williams. They're going to run Melvin Gordon. They talk about it. Russell Wilson's more of a game manager. And then on the other side, I think Pete Carroll's going to employ the same game plan. Heavy dose of Penne. Penny rather, and try to limit mistakes from Geno Smith. So I expect a low-scoring game, and it could be tight.
Yeah, I'm looking at the one thing I've been noticing in these games is the teams that didn't play their players in the preseason have gotten off to very slow starts, and Denver didn't play anyone. They didn't play Russ. So you're talking about a new quarterback on a new team with new running backs, new receivers, Sutton, Judy, all these guys. Yeah, they're great, but they've never played together. And we watched what's happened with all these teams that had that. They all started slow. Even the ones who ended up doing okay, they started slow. So 2 bets I'm looking at here is the under 9.5 first quarter. So I'm going to be targeting that under 9.5 first quarter. I don't think Seattle. I think the Seattle could go the whole half without scoring, possibly. But I think it's going to start slow. I think there's going to be some bumps and bruises. I think this environment is going to be hostile as all fuck towards Russ. So I think the crowd can keep Seattle in this game. I wouldn't be surprised 3-0 first quarter in this game, even 0-0 first quarter with a slow start. And then I think it may open up a little bit into the second or third. So that's my first bet I'm looking at. And then I already have Denver on the money line. I just can't see any way. But I'm with you, Mike. I think Seattle's going to try and grind the clock. And it's going to be how quick does Russ click with his receivers? Are they fucking midseason form, or does that take a little while for him and Sutton? So I'm with you there. Do you have an official play that you're going to be betting, Mike?
I don't have an official play yet, but it will be released if I do as part of my September Spectacular campaign, which we can't gloss over. 2-0 in NFL football, plus 8.37 units. UFC on Saturday, 5-1, plus
phenomenal UFC.
To 5 units. We've been crushing it. Get into 4 deep bets. I mean, I had a great weekend. The team had a great weekend, and I'm looking forward to another one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a great season. I mean, the team we have, it's fucking awesome, and you have been killing it, Mike. Great job in the football and great job in the UFC. We're going to do Dana White Contender Series bets in a minute.
We're going to do we're going to do a little bit there because lines, some lines aren't out yet.
Right, yeah.
So it's just going to be a quick overview.
Yeah, early look. I mean, normally we used to do the show on Tuesdays, so we'd have all the information and everything available there. But I do want to give you this, Bill. What do you see the line right now on Noah Fant? This is my play that I'm going to give you here, just because you guys seem like you're behaving, and most of you probably got killed this week if you didn't follow us and followed some other shit. Fucking
24.5.
Funky service betting fucking retarded stupid shit.
24.5 and 2.5.
24.5 and 2.5. I'm going to go Noah Fant over 24.5 yards and over 2.5 catches. I'm going to take them both. That's my guy today. I think this is going to be a situation where Geno sucks. He's going to fall back to the safety net. I'm high on Fant in this spot. I really think this is a good spot in this offense. I said I was high on Everett coming in, but Noah Fant should be in a pretty good spot to succeed here with this team. And he's going against his old team. So he's in the locker room right now. He played for Denver for 3 years, put up very good numbers. Averaged like 600-700 yards a year over there. I think it's going to be a great fit. And I think Noah Fant's going to be on a mission tonight to take his old team out. So instead of betting the Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Russell Wilson touchdowns, DK Metcalf, you have no fucking idea what's going to happen with those. You don't know if Russ is going to shit the bed for a half and look like Dak because he didn't play the whole preseason, or if he's going to come out clicking like fucking Devontae and Carr. You have no fucking idea. Bet the thing you know. Noah Fant wants a piece of the Denver Broncos. Geno Smith can't reach anyone fucking down the field, and Noah Fant's going to get a fucking bunch of looks. Noah Fant, receptions, yards, and we're going to sprinkle in a touchdown prop. All in Noah Fant. That's my bet. That's my play. Anything I put out prop-wise outside of that, ignore it. Just put it all on that. Constantino.
Yeah, I feel comfortable, after seeing a first look at some of these teams. I think a lot of them defined who and what they are and are going to be. Believe it or not, even in that small sample size, you can get a good peek. So tonight concludes, the first peek, if you will. But no official play yet for me. I don't hate the Noah Fant stuff, but again, I think they're both going to be conservative. But I will make one prediction. Expect a long, if not completed, an opportunity fast from Geno Smith to Tyler Lockett. They're going to look to build that rapport, and I think they're going to be a little aggressive in getting Lockett the ball.
I mean, I could see that. I just see Geno Smith missing him by 10 yards on that exact throw. That's the only thing I worry about. But yeah,
I mean, something to note, when he started, I think 3 games last year, he broke 200 yards in 2 of the 3. And the one that he didn't, he was 5 yards short against the Jaguars, I think it was, but they won like 40-something to 6, or the game got out of hand. So he has managed the game in that system when called upon.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, one of those. The only game he went over last year was overtime. Every other game was, $1.30, $1.60, and then the Jaguars. But I mean, listen, it's a flyer. I'm not putting any money on any long yardage for Geno. 3 catches for fucking 28 yards? Yeah, Geno can get you that. But I just don't want anything long. What about the Dana White Contender Series here, Mike?
It's actually really good fights. I mean, like I said, the inside the distance.
And by the way, we're going to be doing the raffle in a minute, guys, so hang tight. Go on, Mike. That's when you just start talking again.
Well, I got to regroup now after.
Well, you don't.
You're the raffle before.
You're an adult. I just want to make sure everyone didn't leave.
Stops your flow a little bit. All right, some good fighters, guys, tonight. A lot of good records, a lot of good finishers. That's why I can't give any official bets, but I can kind of touch through them because there are some fights here where I like either fighter to win by knockout, which is quite interesting. I am looking at some inside the distance props. Very, very good card. So to kick it off, you have a 5-0 versus 6-0 fighter, both finishers, Malik Lewis and Trevor Peek. I do lean the underdog here, Peek. I have seen that line. I think he's alive. I also like the inside the distance, the knockout prop, but got to see the numbers before the official bets. Next fight, Brandon Lewis versus Daniel Marcos. Marcos is 12-0 and undefeated. And Brandon Lewis's only loss was actually on last season's Contender Series where he came in and he actually got knocked out. And he's back. But I also kind of lean the dog there a little bit, Marcos. At the top of the card, we have Tommy and Bill, one of your favorites, Dagestani.
Let's go.
Does he wear the hat? Aliskarov.
Does he wear the hat?
No hat, but he has the mustache-less beard.
Does he have the beard? All right.
Without the mustache. Perfect.
All right, good.
Shaved head, big head, 12-1, but he's a top prospect. He's fighting a 15-2 Brazilian. So we have some really good fights. I mean, he's almost a 4-1 favorite, if not a little more. Top prospect, expected to win the fight. Obviously, I lean when your name ends in OV, you're definitely tough. And if you have the beard with minus the mustache, you're tough. If you're from Dagestan, you're tough. There's a lot of things factoring in there. We do have a girl fight on paper, 7-2-1 versus 5-0. I have no opinion nor input there. We have Farid Basharat at 8-0. His brother's currently in the UFC. Now he's looking to join him, fighting Alan Bagoso at 7-1-1. I'm actually looking at the dog there a little bit too. So without seeing those lines, it's tough for me to give, but I'll give the official plays, obviously, in our Discord and for our subscribers. And I'll even tweet out a free play tomorrow night, being that I wasn't able to give it here due to the lines not being here. So if you're following me at AMA Fight Club on Twitter, I'll release the free bet that I would normally do here on the show on Twitter.
All right, cool. At AMA Fight Club, get over there, give him a shout, give him a follow, give him a like, say what's up. Anything else, Mikey, before we let you go? We got to do a little bit.
I think I'm going to be absolved of lifetime jokes of my appearance and entry now. Sideways, muted everything, based on Howie appearing from behind the curtain last week. This week, asleep. I don't know what's going on, but I'm absolved of being made fun of for my entry.
That is never going to happen.
Point forward. Let me ask the producer.
Never be absolved of anything.
Am I absolved of my entry?
No, because at least the problem with Howie is he's too ready. He's literally sitting there ready on camera, hanging out. You were fucking coming out of the fucking hallway and falling from the ceiling. Howie's just in the green room, and Evan, we need to work on Evan going to Howie and prepping Howie. Hey, coming to you.
I told him
beforehand. So you might have to do a phone call to Howie. So we better catch him in his boxers, rubbing one out one day.
How about on the next episode, me and him come in together sideways?
Yeah.
I got to pop off. I have to go to the dentist.
What's your final words anyway? So just what are your final words?
My final words is I'm going to the dentist to finally deal with my last tooth problem. I kicked ass over the weekend, beating the Rover brothers in our fifth season long. We killed NFL.
What?
We're going to be
1-1. What are you?
Well, we have our bet on total points. So where are you? Look it up.
I don't have any bet. I don't have any bet on that.
Bill, what are you talking about? Our season long bet.
We had no fucking players.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's season long though.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? How did you beat us?
Winning after week 1 unless Cortland.
I mean, should we talk about how?
We're going to be 1-1, and you're one of the lowest points of our 4
about how I went 11-4.
And you must be really low because I'm above.
I went 11-4.
I'm the best team on the 4 deep league.
That and a quarter used to get you a fall.
I mean, I went 11-4. You went 7-8 in the picks pool.
Now we can't hear him.
Champion. All right, get him out of here. Get out of here, Mike.
He
Now he's on
muted
mute.
himself.
He's
He
so
muted
stupid.
himself.
He's so stupid. There's
He
never
muted
been
himself.
anyone better. He's
He can't
talking
hear
in
what you're saying.
as he's making fun of
He
Howie.
can't
he's-
hear you.
Oh, let him keep going. Let him keep. This is the best. I could do this all the time. I mean, I wish this is how I heard Mike all the time. That was the greatest. All right, kick him out.
He'll leave.
No, he won't leave.
He's not muted, too.
He won't leave, Evan.
What's wrong
Kick
with
him
his
out.
fucking voice? We can't hear him.
Oh,
He is
God.
muted.
Oh, he's
Get out
gone.
of here. All right. Free raffle time to win a free week at the best gambling site in the entire world, 4dbets.com. How many people entered the raffle, Evan?
Oh, man, we had the most ever. We got 76 people. We had 570 views all stream. That's sick. And 154 likes. You guys absolutely crushed it. You fucking earned it today. Winner today is Mason Covelli. Mason Covelli, you won. DM me or Bill. Do not DM Night Ghost, and we'll give you instructions from there.
All right. Do not DM Night Ghost. DM Bill or Evan. And just want to say, wrapping up the weekend, phenomenal start to the weekend. I'm sorry for all you who laid the wood with Indianapolis and the Saints and all those other horrific bets that you guys put in that I saw on Twitter. Sorry for your Survivor pools. We all got killed in Survivor. That was not fun. But if you want to be on the sharp side of the action consistently, there's one place to go, and that's here. Keep in mind, whatever bets we give out on Thursday and Friday on this show, 90% of them are different by Sunday. So we're going to give you the leans. We're going to tell you what we like. But most of my research and analysis goes in over the weekend. We do a roundtable show on Friday nights for an hour and a half. We have a Sunday morning show. We're on the mic all day Sunday throughout the games. We'll be on the mic all night tonight. We got a show at 5:30 p.m. called Rupp and Rackets. So Rupp and Rackets who just left, Rupp who's right here, will be on the show. It's a phenomenal show. We'll do that for an hour and change. We'll talk some bets. We'll talk some props. Believe it or not, a lot of the best bets we get are from our subscribers. So it's a community. We're all in there hanging out. We're all in there sharing ideas. What site has the best line? Where could I find this prop? Last night, the sack prop over 4.5. The subscribers found it quicker than I did. So get involved. Come check it out. It's $37 for 7 days. You should be involved for the whole season. But listen, if I were you, I'd probably check it out for a week first. So do that. Come in, $37, 7 days. Promise you make your money back on that. Fucking easy. And then join us for the rest of the year. Get the discount. So Phil Rupp, final words. 4dbets.
I got another bet that's fire.
All right, save it for the subscribers.
It's another max bet. Love it. Well, I actually found it when I was looking up stuff on Geno Smith. That Mike said he had great games. I don't know. I couldn't find a great game, but I did find a great bet. So join 4dbets.com. Thank you, Mike, for saying Geno Smith was great. And I looked it up and I found a great bet.
Nice, perfect. And by the way, for there's always the people in the chat. I just got the chat here. So basically, don't listen to those Friday bets. No, it's just fucking Friday. How the fuck do I know what I'm going to find from Friday at 2:00 to fucking Sunday at 1? As of Friday, that's what we're fucking on. But after 23 more hours of research on Saturday and Sunday, shit may change.
Well, if you pay the $20 Sunday morning,
We're giving out the wrong bets? No.
You pay $20
I gave you the
Sunday
Vikings
morning
on Friday. I gave you the Vikings on Friday. I love the Vikings on Sunday. There may be a bet where I'm like, hey, I like this on Friday, and by Sunday, it's $37. Sign the fuck up. You shouldn't be gambling if you can't afford $37. Evan Hand, final words.
You guys absolutely crushed it today. You earned every last second of the giveaway. We'll see you Thursday.
Yes, we will see you Thursday. 2 days off for us. Same bat time, same bat channel, Thursday, 2 p.m. for Bill Rupp, Constantino, Joey Rackets, Evan Hand, and myself. We are so excited to have 2 days off. So good luck. And stay cashin', motherfuckers.
let's go!